What's good, brothers and sisters? One love. Thought I'd just come in here, drop a gem. We're gonna tie it into my previous videos on the secret name of Ra. This platform supposed to be sharing pertinent information to the people, particularly our youth. As the next generation, it's our responsibility to make sure they're getting correct knowledge so they can pass it on. See, one thing I keep stressing to everybody is the importance of starting over. See, everything we were taught from the beginning with Heru and Ra, the Aten, the sun worship, the sun gods, or Kemetic, that's incorrect knowledge. See, we ain't gonna teach that no more. We getting ready to head into a new year. And it's very important, particularly right now, where we at in time and space, that the veil be lifted. Everybody that follows the Kemetic teaching, I want y'all to do some research. I want y'all to really get in the lab, connect some dots. See that character right there on the screen? Aleister Crowley. I'm pretty sure we all may have heard of him. But you notice one thing, there's a figure, a symbol, right next to him. Look familiar? Now I don't want you all to make the mistake and think that he took that from Kim and twisted it around. Cause first you got to know what that is. I know a lot of y'all have had your mind stuck on that old outdated teaching, and you think that's Ra the sun god. That thought was put in your mind. And see, my motto is, you got to think for yourself. When you go back and read the text, you got to identify what this symbol right here really represents according to the text. You watch The Secret Name of Ra, Part 1 and Part 2. Gave you the information that you need to go back and do your own research and figure it out. Once you figured it out, then you can understand that what I'm about to tell you and show you here is that Aleister Crowley is worshiping the same God of Kemetic. He just took this God, the same energy, and developed a theology around this nectar. And like I keep saying and stressing to everybody, you cannot teach your kids that this is Ra, the sun god. You can't do it. In the doctrine of Aleister Crowley and Thelema, this deity, this nectar, this god will be called Ra Hor Kuet. Ra Hor Kuet. In Kemetic, his name would be Ra Heru Kuti or Ra Hara Kati. This is who you call Ra. And like I keep telling you all, Ra is not his name. It's Ra Heru Kuti. This is the Aten. See, if you ain't careful, the spell that's been cast on you, you're going to turn around and cast it on your own kids, teaching them false doctrine, false knowledge. You got to start over. You got to start over and figure it out. That's important. I have said before that the god of Aleister Crowley in Thelema is the god of Hollywood. You see the all-seeing eye, the pyramid, the symbology. Everything is Kemetic in relation. When you understand who the God is of Aleister Crowley in Thelema and his influence on the music industry, it's a lot of speculations. In some cases, some people even confirm that there's a lot of dark magic going on up there in Hollywood. Brothers and sisters up there selling their soul, making sacrifices to this particular God. That God is the God of Aleister Crowley in Thelema. It is also the same God of Kemetic. The same God you are calling Ra is the God they worship up there in Hollywood. Ra just means God. If I say Sarah, that's son of God. Ra means God, not the God. It's like El, E-L, that means God. So when I read the Per Em Heru, and Ra says, I am Ra, God, who is Heru Kuti, Mars. I'm identifying who is who and what is what. This is why his name is Ra Heru Kuti. Ra Hara Kati. Ra Hor Kuet to Aleister Crowley and to Thelema. I want y'all to listen to this.
Yo, Sam Soul, Pastor Blacklit, TVE, hip hop. I'm all about getting to the root of things. And Mr. Crowley has been instrumental throughout music before I was born. You know what I mean? Led Zeppelin, Beatles. There's a lot of great artists that are the building blocks for even hip hop. So me understanding that, you know what I mean, and digging into his story and understanding why he's been so relevant and influential in music culture, I think it was important for me to, reinstill that. If you didn't know that, if you missed that part, you know what I mean? If you missed that part of the culture of music in general, this beyond hip hop, but just music in general, he's had a big influence on the culture. At first sight, he's he's the wickedest man alive, right? That's what he's a very wicked man. But if you dig into the poetry and you read between the lines of his poetry, you dig into the story, a lot of things will make more sense to you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it make a lot of sense with me. A lot of the things that he discusses resonates with me. Well, I just want to leave you with this. My album is called "Do What Thou Wilt," and it's based off. It's influenced by Crowley's The Book of the Law. Love, Thelema. Love is the law. Love is the only law. Love under will. The law is for all. And if you read the Christian Bible, that's the only commandment that Jesus left. So also a great quote is, the righteous will remain righteous and the filthy will remain filthy. So thinking along those lines, you know what I'm saying, and even do what thou wilt yourself, free will is what it kind of sounds like, right? So, all of these, just me, into theology and into history and these things, putting these parallels together, these different ideas, it's just great stuff, you know what I mean?
See, it's the key to the game. As many codes you got to crack. Views you got to lift. If you follow the Kemetic teaching, the first thing you got to do is take Ra out of that sun cosmos. That's false knowledge. That's not even his name. If you don't go back and research the information, you're going to take that false doctrine and pass it on to your kid and indoctrinate them into that occult magic. I've shown this picture here before. That's Simmer right there. Who is that? Some might say that's Ra. Some might say that's Hebrew. This is Ra Hebrew Kuti. Ra or Kuwait to Aleister Crowley and Thelema. In Kemetic, this is Hebrew Efu. Hebrew Behutep. That's the winged son of this. This is Her Emmaket. That's the fix. This is Hebrew Kuti. This Hebrew Kuti is the secret name of Ra. This is why he is Ra, God, Hebrew Kuti, Mars. Or Her Emmaket. That's Hebrew on the horizon. Hebrew on the horizon is Hebrew Kuti. Hebrew on the horizon is not the sun. See, this many views we're going to live right here. But in order for you to better have a better understanding of it, you got to go do your own research. You got to go in the lab. You got to start over. We're going to get deep into this here. My purpose of opening up your channel for educational purposes only. We're going to start over. We're going to go back when excuse me, most of us was taught that Heru and Jesus in the mythology was representation of the sun. That's where we're going to start at. See, we're going to destroy that false knowledge. We're going to get that out our head. We ain't going to even teach that no more. We're going to figure this out together. We're going to figure it out together. Because if you don't figure this here out, the next generation is going to be in the world of trouble. You see all that sexual, this all type of perverted sexual acts going on and the stuff you hear going on up there in Hollywood. See, let me drop a little esoteric Mars. Mars rules the blood. Blood, when it flows to the fallus, it causes it to rise and wreck. Rise erect. We ain't have to get all graphic. I'm not going to get all graphic, but I know y'all understand what I'm saying here. It's the blood, Mars, that causes the fallus to rise erect. Like a tick hen. See, Mars is that fire in your loins. Mars rules sex. If sex rules you, Mars is your God. See, it's different levels to this here. You got to understand that. Where we at in time and space, Mars rules that. All you got to do is take a look around what's going on around the world. Ain't nothing but chaos, bloodshed, violence, pressure. That's Martian. That's Mars energy. In order for us to break these codes, see, when great minds come together, we're going to figure it out. All of it. But I'm going to start from the beginning, what we were taught from the beginning. We're going to kill that false doctrine. Then we're going to take it and put it on the shelf with the rest of the false doctrine and knowledge of the word. This is Ra Heru Kuti. You just call him Ra. And you call yourself children of Ra. You are his children. See, but Ra is Heru Kuti. Heru Kuti is Ra. The secret name of Ra is Heru Kuti. In our dream still late, it says, I am your father. Ho Immaket Keparat Atom. Ho Immaket is her Immaket, is Heru on the horizon, is Heru Kuti. I am your father. Heru Kuti Keparat Atom. Heru Kuti is Keparat, Ra, and Ra Atom. Those three secret names of Ra, he exposed in the story of Ra and Aset. You got to understand this here. It's a trick of the light. You got to start over. You worship the same God as Aleister, Crowley, and Thelema. and you're under a spell. But we gonna crack seal, we gonna live views. I don't care what your school of thought is, you're a Christian, one love, Hebrew, Moor, Islam, Kemetic, doesn't matter to me. One love. Go on the lab. Do some research. Find out what it is. But I want you to stop. Don't teach that doctrine to the next generation. It's a trick of the light. Cracking seals, lifting veils, one love.